Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. In this video, I'm going to show you how to achieve your fitness goals. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Perry Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast, owner of PutYourselfFirst.com, and founder of Team Power Blast. You know, I've coached thousands of people, and every month, people are committing to their fitness goals. And, that's the first, it's usually the first question I ask people are, what are your health and fitness goals? And a lot of people just give fluffy, soft answers, probably typical ones, and, just short and sweet. But that's really good, to say those things. But there's one key element, I think, in, achieving your fitness goals. Just this one thing that people tend to forget or not do, and not because they forget to do it, but maybe they just didn't think of doing it, that can make a big difference in achieving those. So, there's a lot of great books, and I think a lot of these can apply to life goals as well, not just health and fitness. I'm in the health and fitness industry, so that's what I'm going to share with you. But, while I'm constantly striving to reach my goals, it's fun coaching people to achieve theirs. So the first thing you want to do is define what you want to achieve, okay? So you got to identify what it is that you want and why. And so when I'm coaching somebody and they say, hey, I want to lose 15 pounds, 20 pounds. We kind of dig into why is that? Why did you choose that number? What are you wanting to accomplish? And, what's the bigger picture here? Because if you really don't define it and clearly, clearly put that, solidify it for yourself, you're probably going to just kind of say, yeah, it'd be just kind of a nice idea and really not commit to it. So, that's one of the things. Another part, I think this is key. I hope people do this. But when you've defined and you know exactly what you want, you know why, is to believe that you can achieve it, okay? Now, I'm coaching people that some of them want to lose over 100 pounds. So it's easy to look down at your gut and the clothing and your feeling and energy and to believe that you're going to lose 100 pounds. That's kind of a tough stretch sometimes, but you've got to be confident to know that, with some discipline and some work and intention that you can do that. Otherwise, you're never going to take the first step, right? So you've got to believe that, and your brain, your brain's going to play tricks on you. You're going to say, oh, I totally know what I'm going to accomplish this. And then your brain's going to go, no, you're not. You haven't done it before. Why would you do that? So that's why it's really essential that you dig into why you want to achieve these things. It's got to be bigger than saying, hey, I want to lose 100 pounds. Because if there isn't a why attached to it, it's not going to happen. Now, here's the part that I think people miss. I know I did for years when it came to goal setting. And when I started doing this, it was like the universe came in and said, you got it. It's going to happen. It's to write it down. Okay. I know a lot of you are going to go, wow, okay, that's too simple. And you aren't going to do it. But if you write it down, you're going to be like in the top 3% of, because probably about 97% of the people don't write down their goals. And I've got a little quote here from Brian Tracy. I love this with when it comes to goal setting. Write it down with such clarity that a child could read it and know exactly what it is that you want and be able to determine whether or not you've achieved it. So, as I was connecting with one of our recent challengers, we found out her why and what it is that she wanted. She, put it down. By June 2016, that's a year from the recording of this podcast. By June 2016, I have lost 100 pounds and now weigh 150 pounds and no longer need to take blood pressure medication. Okay, and that's very simple. It's very measurable. It's something that she wants to do. She's given a date on it. A date is very smart. You can't just say, hey, I want to lose 100 pounds and when's that going to happen? She put a date on there, so because that's going to follow into the next part, which is to create a plan. You need a plan to get there. And you need the plan to be baby steps and things that you can move and progress forward. Now, with this particular lady, I have a plan for her. I haven't revealed the whole plan. We started with the first step of that plan. But we know what the goal is and what she wants to achieve. So you start out in that direction. It's kind of like Google mapping across the country. And you're like, hey, I'm going to go from Oregon all the way over to Washington, D.C. And Google will give you some different routes. You're like, I'm going to pick this one. Well, you know that there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be detours. There's going to be things along the way. There's going to be pit stops that you need to take. Things that kind of divert you. But the goal to get to the place across the country never changes, okay? So however you get there, and that might shift from time to time, and the plan may alter, or there might be another fitness program or a product that's really going to work for her to get there, but the goal's still there. So that is the next part, and then is to take action. I like to think that people take action on these things. It's just you want to make sure that you're taking action, and you got to show up. That's what you're going to do. You're going to have to put in the work. When it comes to this sort of thing, or when it comes to your goals, it's going to take some work to do. Fairy dust doesn't happen. Magic isn't going to happen. Miracles aren't going to just happen. I suppose it possibly could, but the odds are you're going to have to put in the work. So just know that. That's why a lot of those advertisement out there for gadgets and gizmos where you're going to drop 100 pounds in 2 months, it's unrealistic. The last part is developing the habit of self-discipline. Once you've decided the important action, you've got to stay accountable. You've got to exercise, eat right, stay accountable to yourself. At least 80% of the time, there are going to be those roadblocks and setbacks and things like that. And I think for people to go through and say, you know what, I'm still going to go for this goal no matter what. You get fired up, you're all excited, and then you're in the middle of it, and it's like, oh, it would be so easy to just give up and just go back to my old ways. But if the why is strong enough and the goal is there, you won't waver. You might go on a little lateral side track. You might back up a little bit. You might, regress a little bit. But you need to keep going forward and be disciplined. You've got to work on those disciplined habits. So, here it is, a recap. Define what you want to achieve. Believe that you'll reach it. Write down your goal. Create a plan. Take action and be accountable. Decide, commit, succeed. You've heard that one before, right? So anyway, if you're ready to, ready to take action and achieve your fitness goal, maybe take it up a level and make it happen. This is where our accountability and support groups really come into play for a lot of people. It helps with the motivation. It helps people stay engaged. It helps people stay committed and show up day after day to get toward the goal that they want. So our groups are really awesome. They're motivational. We make them fun. We have contests. So hey, comment below, email me, message me. I'll help you formulate your plan. Help you take action and help you stay accountable to yourself. I thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. So appreciate you. Remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.